what up, what up, what up? It's your round, your player partner, Packboy Dolo, checking in with the first official segment of the mental fasting portion of the Unlimited Reset program. I'm super stoked about this. You can't see my face, you don't have to. If you want to, you just go check out some of the other episodes that I shoot. I drop every Sunday. And we get to this information, man. This is exciting stuff because this right here, most people don't understand. They don't understand this part, and this is why they can't break addictions. This is why they can't be happy. This is why they can't find peace. This is why they seem like they just damn near give in to fate. When in reality, once you understand some of this, you're able to have an unlimited reset. That's why it's named it, an unlimited reset. But right here, we're about to break down the mental fasting portion. The mental fasting portion of the Unlimited Reset. And we'll go into later on in other segments, we'll go into water fasting and the benefits of that, people fasting, environment fasting, the advantage of sleep, programming, and how it all began. We're gonna go into all this. You know what I'm saying? But right now, we're on the mental fasting portion of this thing. And reset your mind, reclaim your focus. You can break free from digital overwhelm, bad habits, and addictive endorsements through intentional mental detoxing. This is what we're talking about here. This is what we own, man. Shout out to my people out there, man. You know, I'm here sipping water. No need for the sponsorship shout outs on this show because we're getting straight to business. Now, the outcome that I hope for is to help you guys understand and implement a solid mental fast. A solid mental fast. This will reduce your reliance on dopamine-driven distractions, phone, sugar, TV, etc., and build clarity, focus, and emotional stability. Listen, this is what it's all about. The Unlimited Reset. We here. You feel me? We here. So let's get into it. Now, you need to go back and look on my channel, and you need to find where I was breaking down the brief introduction. I gave a brief introduction. I want to say maybe a few weeks ago. It was about a month ago, I think. I gave a brief introduction because we were still preparing to kick this thing off. But now, once again, like I said, we here. So let's get into it. What is mental fasting? Now I'm gonna go over it again. Mental fasting is basically when you rid yourself of all the rewards that you've been rewarding yourself with over time. You don't even see them as rewards, but I promise you, they're rewards because your brain, your mind is addicted to them because they all generate dopamine. Now, dopamine is what you get from scrolling excessively on social media platforms. Dopamine is what you get from eating. Anytime you have a craving, anytime you want some shit, you know, you just be hanging out and they like, let's go to Taco Bell. You feel me? Let's go to McDonald's. Let's go get a shake. I remember my favorite meal was the double quarter pounder, mayo only. Substitute the drink for a large vanilla shake. And I would do that shit 2-3 times a day. Right? Not including all the snacking that I did. Every time I'm in the gas station, I gotta grab a bag of chips, a sugary soda. You see what I'm saying? Probably a cake or some shit, because I was so addicted to dopamine. This mental fasting thing, it breaks that away. It breaks the dopamine loops out. It bores your life in a good way, because you gain strength from the boredom. You gain strength from the boredom. So look, let's go ahead and give you a description on why this shit works. In order to understand why this shit works, you have to see the mind and the body as a system. It is a computer program software. It's a system. It's damn near like a computer, right? So let's go ahead and put it into visual perspective. All right. Mind and body they are a system. It's a system, aka a computer. Not a good marker right there. Computer program or software. Now, if you're not a techie person like myself, computer programs, a computer itself, it runs in a certain way. It functions in a certain way. If you fuck around and get a virus on a computer program, it causes infinite errors. Many errors. Remember that term, because I'm going to use it a lot. Error. Remember the term error, and remember the term malfunction. When the computer program has viruses on it, it causes malfunctioning. Right? So it fucks up the whole system. The system itself is supposed to run smoothly. That's why it's a system. It's supposed to run smooth. It doesn't always work like that though, because sometimes it has errors that pops in. Now these little small errors, they can be handled and fixed. You see what I'm saying? The small errors, they can be handled and fixed. But if you let the errors, if you let them compound, then you end up getting malfunctioning. The system starts to malfunction. You see what I'm saying? So let's go even deeper and put it in a more visual perspective. And I got this from Bob Proctor, man. Shout out to the Proctor Gallagher Institute. I forgot who Bob said he got this from, but Bob Proctor is like one of the main people that I started watching when I started soaking up this information, man. When I started really becoming a student of this information. See what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Bob Proctor. So here we go. We about to get into it. Remember, mind and body is a system, aka a computer program. So we're gonna draw this right here is gonna represent the mind. Now the mind has two parts to it. The mind has, get a better marker. Let me see this shit. The conscious part. You have a conscious mind. Before we get to the other part of the mind, we're gonna break down what the conscious mind is. The conscious mind is your thinking mind. Erase that. The conscious mind is the thinking mind. You can think with the conscious mind. You have control of what you think with the conscious mind, right? You can control what you think with the conscious mind. So you can basically say right now, do I want a burger or do I want a smoothie? I think I'm gonna go get the smoothie. Boom, consciously you can grab the phone, order your shit on Tropical Smoothie. Or if you choose a burger, consciously you can call the order in to your favorite burger joint. See what I'm saying? Consciously you get up, you grab the keys, make a conscious decision. Like, you're in control of what you do consciously, right? So let's stick to the concept of food, whether you're choosing the burger or the smoothie. Now, damn, does that green work? I don't even know if that green work or not. Yeah, it worked. I don't know why I put it down there. Alright, so that's the conscious mind, right? You can control what you think and what you do based off of the conscious. Now, this other part of the mind is the giant. This other part of the mind controls 98% of your thoughts and your behaviors. And you don't even know it. You don't know what you don't know when it comes to this mind. And there's rules to this that comes with this part of the mind. Remember, with the conscious, you can control what you think. You can control what you think. Right? Control what you think. With this part of the mind, it doesn't reject anything. It accepts everything that you gives it. But once you give it a certain amount of things, the nature of those things that you give it, it produces a certain computer program that controls your conscious thinking. Control your conscious thinking and behaviors, right? Because when you think something, like I said about the burger joint, when you think I want a burger, then boom, you get up, you grab your phone, you make the call into the joint, right? You're controlling all these actions. But if you have a subconscious, you only chose the burger because you have what the second part of the mind is the subconscious. The subconscious controls. Back to this word. See, you don't control the subconscious. The subconscious controls you. Right? So the subconscious controls you. It's in control of you and your thoughts. Therefore, your behaviors, right? It's in control of you. And it's in control of your thoughts. Therefore, your behaviors. Now remember, this is the receptive part of you. This is a receptive mind. It can only receive. It can only receive. It can't reject. Because it's the receptive part of your mind. Right? It can only receive. It cannot reject. Damn, hold on. Did I spell receive right? Look, I haven't wrote that shit in so long. Receive. Let's make sure we on point with our spelling in here. Okay, so yeah, we spelled it right. Okay, cool. We can keep rolling. This is the receptive part of your mind. It can only receive. Damn, Dolo, why are you telling us this? Because if you can control what you think, that means you have the ability up here now. Instead of being completely receptive, you have the ability right here to reject. Right? You can reject with the conscious mind. You can say, you know what? I don't want a fucking burger. I want the smoothie, man. I want the smoothie. You can reject with your conscious mind. You can't reject with the subconscious. The subconscious is only receptive. That's it. It can only take what you give it. But consciously, you have to be in control and mindful of what you give it over a period of time. That's what creates the computer program. Right? That's what creates the system and makes the system flow a certain way. So, if consciously you can reject, then that means you can control what you think. But the only way that you can change it to where the subconscious is running the program, and this right here, this part of the mind, it puts you on autopilot because you don't have to think about it. It runs the show without you having to think about it. And consciously, you're gonna be having to think. Like, for example, quitting smoking. Listen. Quitting smoking, you gotta be thinking about quitting smoking for probably about a week to 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It depends on how long you've been smoking. You gotta continuously reject the idea of wanting to smoke, thinking about smoking. But over time, follow me here. Over time, we're going into the body. Over time, from the subconscious receiving what you're giving it, I don't smoke, I don't smoke, I don't smoke, no more smoke, I don't smoke. And you overcome. The subconscious wires that in and it becomes a new program. So now you don't have the cravings anymore because the subconscious has it. The subconscious has the new program that you don't smoke. So since it has that program of you don't smoke, right? It'll run it for you. Now you no longer have to think about not smoking. You just don't smoke because it's automatic. It's automatic. This is autopilot. All it can do is receive it. But listen to me, y'all. Once this part of your mind receives what you're giving it and it wires it in, game over. It changes the whole game. Right? So we're talking about control. What you can control and what controls you. That's the difference between these two parts. Now let's roll into the body. Remember, the burger joint or the smoothie, smoking or non-smoking. Okay? At first, if you have a computer program, aka a subconscious program, that's a belief that you like burgers and you're not really thinking about rejecting that idea, when you sit down and you're choosing what you want to have for lunch, a burger or a smoothie, even though you want to lose weight, your body will always choose the burger. Your body moves based off of this subconscious program. The body moves based off of this subconscious program. So this is how it works. The subconscious program is running. Most people not even aware of what's going on, this whole system. That's why I broke it down at the beginning, that mind and body is a whole ass system. Most people are not even aware that it's going on. They just think that they like burgers more than they like smoothies, but they still want to lose weight. You see what I'm saying? Truth is, you will like smoothies if you get the subconscious program running that you like smoothies. Let me get a sip of water. The truth is that you will like smoothies if you get that program wired in. And I know you want to know how long that may take. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But look, once you get that program wired in, you'll basically choose smoothies over burgers. Right? But when you're sitting there trying to choose, you think, hey, I'm going to just go with the burger because I like the burger. It tastes better. It tastes better. In other words, the subconscious program is running the burger. You're a burger person to the subconscious. If you want to become a smoothie person, over time you have to think smoothie and you have to reject burgers over time. So you have to control what you think, which leads to you controlling how you behave. How you behave. It leads to that. Over time, from you controlling what you think, and then by you controlling what you think, you control how you behave. Once this subconscious program wires that in over a period of time, over a span of time, that program starts to control you. And you basically mentally You let up. You don't even have to control thinking or rejecting that much no more about burgers or smoothies. Because you're gonna choose smoothies because you're a smoothie person now. That's just what you do now. You're a smoothie person. You see what I'm saying? So this is the full breakdown on why mental fasting works. This is basically the blueprint. So we're gonna go even deeper. We're gonna go a little bit deeper right here. This is just the first segment. You guys have no fucking idea how much we got for you. Alright. I'ma just redraw that. Let's remember that. If you need to rewind it and take a picture, do that. Take notes, man. This is important shit. Take notes. Alright. So, let's go through why mental fasting works one more time. We're gonna draw the mind, split it up. C for conscious, SC for subconscious part of the mind. You got the conscious part of the mind and the subconscious part of the mind. Now, and we're gonna go ahead and draw the body too. Put that in there. Okay. Break it back down to you. Control. One second. I'm gonna write it differently this time. I'm gonna say, you control. You control. Right? What you think, for the most part. The subconscious part of the mind controls you. It controls you. Therefore, it controls what you think. Know what I'm saying? So, you control what you think consciously. Subconsciously, it controls you and how you think. Therefore, it also controls how you behave. That's where the results come from. It starts up here though. See what I'm saying? The results, this R stands for results. It starts up here. And in reality, if you want to know how it really breaks down, this is where it starts. The subconscious program. But most people, they think this is where it starts. They think they control what's going on in general, not knowing that it's a program that's running the show. A subconscious program. So this is second. This is number 2. And then third is the body. First subconsciously, second consciously, third the body. So for example, it was this guy, a story of this guy, he moved to a new company from another company, where he was making $100,000 a year. He moved to a new company to make more, and this was based off sales. His goal at the new company was $500,000 a year. I think it was $250,000. It was between $250,000 to $500,000 a year. The first 3 months at this new company, he started it at the top of the year. The first 3 months at this new company, he came out the gate swinging, smoking hot. Sale after sale after sale after sale after sale. Closing sales like a motherfucker, right? January, February, March, he was hot. When April rolled in, from April all the way to December, he did not make that many sales. AKA, he ended up making $100,000 that year. Not the $250,000. Not the 500 racks. $100,000. Why? He got a subconscious program running. A subconscious program that's running, that's controlling him. It controls you. Look, the rest of the year, he don't even know why. He not making no sales no more. He's feeling lazy, lethargic. He wanna fuck off, take breaks. Start spending more time at the bar on the weekends. Not staying focused on the goal. Therefore, you're not changing that program like that. Just because you have a thought and move to a new company does not mean that the income is going to increase, because you have a subconscious program that's running the show, and you don't even know what you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. Now, we're going to wrap this one up. But on the next segment, we're going to talk about the wall. We're going to talk about the wall on why or how this salesman, for example, could change and make his income increase from $100,000 a year to $250,000 or $500,000 or whatever he wanted to go to, right? We're gonna talk about that in the next show, the next segment of this mental fasting segment. But this one right here has been jam-packed with the hows and the whys of the mind and body and the system and how it operates and how it's basically a computer program, dog. And it won't change until you change it. And you gotta make a decision to do that over and over and over and over and over again. Repetition is key. Repetition and understanding that failing is a byproduct of success. You gotta fail. That's a must. So it's around Packboy Dolo, man. Check it out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna be throwing these into a playlist, so you could go over there and just pay attention to when new ones drop. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting the criteria ready for the next one tonight, and we're gonna name that one The Wall. You know what I'm saying? The wall of something. I don't know. But I'm going to give it a nice, cool little name. And that'll be the second segment of the mental fasting portion of the Unlimited Reset. Peace.